Summer is showing us her slimy side, and Noelle clocked it immediately. The house has crowned Shaniece as the worst dressed, but the rest of them ain't nothing but an AliExpress shipment away from her status. And as creepy and awkward as Nick come off, I think this situation of him being handsy is about to get real messy. So let's talk about it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Hey y'all, hey! So as you already read the title down below, I'm about to get into season 2, episode 2 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. But before I do, y'all already know what to do. Like this video and show your girl some love. Comment your thoughts because I know you already have them. Hit that notification bell and of course, click that subscribe button and join the Queen, baby. So getting into the episode, we are opening up with the crew finally leaving the boat after having a good old time, child. And they are heading back to the house into 2 separate cars. So in car 1, it's Amir, Summer, Jordan, Nick, and Jasmine. And Nick is doing a little squeezing on Summer's shoulder while Jordan is sighing next to him. And all of this is important to note now because a very important conversation is about to happen a little later in the episode. But moving on over into car 2, there's Alex, Shaniece, Noelle, and Preston. And Shaniece is in the car asking everyone when was the last time, they did the nasty, child. And one thing about Shaniece, she is going to ask all the hard-hitting questions because, girl, all of us over here watching are nosy. And even though we really probably don't care about when the last time they did have sex, the fact that they were being open about it because Shaniece is drunk is, funny as hell, and it made it a little accepting. So when they get to the house, some of them are talking in the kitchen while Bria and Summer goes outside to chill and talk. And Bria brings up Simon, and I can't lie, y'all, I am low-key ready for Simon to come back because he's going to be acting a plump fool just like they ass. So bring the foolery on, Simon. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. And also too, I like Simon because he gives Bria a run for her money. Because I think Bria be feeling like, she can just wreak havoc on this man and have him catching hell. But baby, one thing about Simon, he be on her ass and he be stressing her out more than she stress him out, and they just be 2 peas in a pod. And it just be funny watching it all play out because Bria don't know she just as bad as him. Like, they just one chaotic ass, fly ass, interracial ass couple. And I like it. I love it. But after Bria stops talking about her and Simon, Summer goes and say, dude, Jasmine is pregnant. And the way she said it, it was like, yes, I figured out a clue. Like, girl, relax. Because if she is pregnant, she clearly don't want y'all weird asses to know since y'all been icing her out. And she was the one to bring y'all into the fold as a friend group. So, child, relax. Now, I can't lie. Jasmine was overdoing life. I keep saying, her and Alice is not drinking. And if they are drinking, everything they drinking is non-alcoholic. Like, okay, Jasmine, we get it. You don't want to drink alcohol. It's crystal clear. I promise you, babes. But also, the way she's going about it does make it very obvious that she may be pregnant. But moving on from Jasmine, her secret baby. Amir and Preston is in the house talking about Preston's feelings about his father passing. And Amir is just being, the good friend he always is and doing a mental check-in. One thing about it, Amir is definitely that friend who is always going to look out and check on you. And I love that about him because that's, a real ass friend. So Preston is basically telling him how he's sad, but he's not really distraught about his daddy passing because him and his dad wasn't, on the best of terms. In one of their conversations, the daddy was saying how he didn't raise his child to be gay. And Preston clocked him real bad. And he was like, well, you didn't raise me at all. And I just know when he said that to his daddy, it shut him right up. One thing about it, you cannot argue with a gay man. They will eat you up, especially when it comes down to, what they identify as. So after Amir's conversation with Preston, he went on to chill and talk to, Nick and Alice. But before we get into that, why did production have those girls imitating the way Nick laughs? When I say I scream, like, that was hilarious. All I know is Nick cannot catch a break, man. They really be on his ass. But also, too, Nick do say some off-the-wall creepy shit, and I think it's more because he has always probably been, the geeky, corny friend, so he's awkward. Like, that's just what I get from him. Because why is he on our television screens explaining what beating and re-beating someone is? Like, why? That is literally the corniest thing that you can do as a man. And why are you worrying about your dog re-beating a female? Matter of fact, him having that conversation isn't a problem because we know men are messy, but it's just the fact that he's saying rebeat. Like, bruh, just be normal and ask. So do you think, you gonna her again if you wanted to? Like, ask something like that. But the whole rebeat talk was just cringe. But anyways, during the conversation the guys are having, Amir ends up asking Alex about his talk with Summer, and Alex basically was saying that what he gathered from Summer was that she's clinging on to the idea that they should have been more, and basically said that the crazy. In the different words, he basically said she crazy, which I mean she is, because girl, why are you taking pictures of that man while y'all was hanging out? The first time y'all hanging out at that, like, just relax. So I kind of get what he was saying, but at the end of the day, Alex never really took Summer serious anyways. He just wanted to get his little wee wet, and she was just another name to add to his roster. And I don't feel bad for Summer because she got exactly what she wanted, or what she claims she wanted, which was just a But the thing is, she cannot hide her emotions, so it's been leaking and spilling all over the place, child. Because whatever sweet nothings he was telling her had that girl ready to give her all after, they little first hangout. She can't fool us. Also, the whole picture situation is just weird to me because the way he found out was clearly from Jordan, because that's who he said Summer sent it to. So basically, Summer sent the picture that she took of Alex to Jordan. So I wonder, once Jordan got the picture, did she just start talking about it or sending it around too? Like, that's what I really want to know, how it got back to Alex. Because if it was to your friend Jordan, why is Jordan, your friend, telling everybody about this picture or about y'all hanging out? It's giving weird all around the board. But anyways, after the whole conversation, the house started getting ready for their little decade party that Noelle was throwing. And none of them really came prepared. And to be honest, while they was in the house just gossiping about stuff, they should have been at them stores trying to find something to put on, because what they came with was just, no ma'am. But then again, I'm also like, I'm glad they didn't come prepared, because the mess that came out of this party was pure cinema. So first, Jasmine went up as a 1950s housewife, and me and everyone else was like, girl, let it go. We get it. You want to be a stay-at-home mom with the kids while your husband works, because you've had a hard life being a Playboy bunny girly. We get it. But please, Jasmine, please. At this point, I don't know who Jasmine is trying to convince that she's this new loving housewife more. Like, is it Silas? Is it us, or is it herself? Like, who are you trying to convince? And we really don't care. Like, live your housewife dreams, babe. Then you had Preston going up trying to give off this hood dude from Juice, and I was just like, what? It was just so weird trying to see him give off this like rough hysteria. It just did not give what he thought he was giving, but nice try. Nice try. Then Summer went up showcasing that she's a 70s flower girl. Then Nick went up and he was portraying himself as Arthur Ashe and baby. Everybody in that house just was let down. Every last one of them. Now at first I was with them when no one knew who he was portraying in the beginning, because he really was dressing up as himself. But I gave him a pass since everyone had already said they really didn't have anything to wear or an outfit, to cosplay that night. But then when he told them who he was, and the people that screams black excellence every chance they get didn't know that he was Arthur Ashe, made my heart drop. And to be clear, this was not the first time that they didn't know some simple black history fact. And I don't fault them for not knowing, because we as black people have a lot to remember when it comes to our history. But also, don't tell us that y'all represent black excellence every chance y'all get and don't live up to it. That's my whole problem with the situation of them not knowing. Like, y'all black excellence, black this, black king, black pout. But baby, showcase it. Because it's not giving what y'all saying. Hell, even if you didn't know who Arthur Ashe was, y'all should have just been cheering and nodding y'all head. Cheering and nodding y'all head. We should have not known that y'all didn't know that. Fake it till you fucking make it. And it's the fact that they were mad at Nick because they didn't know who he was portraying. That's what really took me out. But what really took me to the grave was when Shaniece went up giving us nothing. Miss Ma'am gave us nothing. And they called her a damn streetwalker. Oh my God. You know what? They is not right. But they damn sure ain't wrong. And then Jasmine gonna say that girl was giving black exploitation. Man, they be doing poor Shaniece so wrong, and she just be so clueless and just happy that she's just even in the building at this point. Not knowing nothing. Like, girl, they are calling you a $2 whore. Why don't you know this? And then we had Brie go up rapping, saying she was cosplaying J-Lo. And I'm just aggravated because Brie, out of every black woman rapper, you could have said you're portraying based off of the outfit that you had on. You decided to go with the Spanish chick who has been cosplaying as a ghetto girl from the block. Like, Brie, if you're going to be anything, let's be for real. But you know what? That throwback picture of her told me a lot. It really did. It told me a lot. And I'm just tired at this point. I'm so tired. And if you know what I mean by saying I'm tired, you know. And when it comes to Brie, you know. And then Amir had me tickled because he dressed up as Nick, child. And the reason why that was funny is because Nick does dress up like he's from an older decade. And everybody be saying Nick dressed bad. I don't think Nick dressed bad. He's just one of them people that overly dressed. But he already explained why he overly dressed. But I wouldn't say he a bad dresser. I don't think he's a bad dresser. So after their decade party, they started to play some card games, and this took this episode to a whole nother vibe. Like, we started off good, but this game is where everything took a left turn when Summer started showing her true colors and giving very much mean girl. So one of the cards said something about, being the worst dressed, and who was the worst dressed. And I think it was supposed to be Amir to answer that question, but Summer felt the need to answer it, and she was the one to say Shaniece's name first. And I feel like even though it could very much be true that Shaniece is the worst dressed out of the group, I feel like it was way deeper and way more messy coming from Summer, being that she was the first one to jump out and say anything and say Shaniece's name. And then when Shaniece found out about it, of course she got mad. And it was revealed that, she's going through some things with her job and she was let go and she don't really have a lot of money at the moment. And Summer knew that. Take that in. Summer knew that she was battling all of this. So when Shaniece reacted the way that she did, it was coming off like, I'm broke and I'm going through something. So why would you say that? I'm not my best self right now. So why would you say that during the game, trying to be funny, kiki, haha, and you ain't even have to say that. That's what it came off to me. But also, during this whole scene, I was really up and down about it because it wasn't that serious to me. But also, like I said, Summer knew that she was being shady, knowing what Shaniece was going through or is going through at that time. And this was the turning point for me with Summer. And she was starting to show her true colors. And I could tell we're about to get more villain from her this season. I feel like Summer, Jordan, and Preston are about to be the mean girls of the season, which is crazy because Preston, we like you. But you are the company you keep. And maybe, just maybe, the real Preston about to show up when he's clicked up with Jordan and Summer. So when Shaniece found out they said she was the worst dressed out the group, she called them out for wearing fake shit. And Preston was trying to be funny, saying he wears fake stuff too. And I feel like that was Preston picking a side with Summer more than him trying to be funny and make light of the situation. I don't know, man. Something about this whole situation was fake. To me, it gave they've been, talking about Shaniece or the way that Shaniece dresses behind her back. And now they can finally say it out loud and save face by saying, oh, they're just playing a game. And I just love how Brie was sitting back, chilling, watching quietly before going to comfort Shaniece. Because if we know anything, we know Brie ain't walking around here with no fake shit on, okay? And if she is, my girl wears it well because she really eats like as a fashion girly. So once they got through that whole debacle, of course it was turn up time for them. But baby, Amir couldn't even enjoy himself because that girlfriend of his was on his ass. And I can't lie, y'all. I feel like when she comes, she is going to do the absolute most. I just know it. And Amir is going to enable all her actions because we already see him doing it now. So when they were having fun, Amir must have sent a random text to his girl asking her, what do you think I should eat tonight, babe? Something like that. And she told him, that was random. Like, why you texting me that? That was so random. Which it was. It was definitely random. And I have to admit, y'all, I would have responded the same way she did because I hate when I am having one conversation with my boyfriend and then he randomly said some shit like that. Like, boy, what? Don't text me that if we are over here already having a full conversation about something else. That text could have waited. Or Or you could have added more details in the text so I won't snap, because at this point I'm pissed. Because why would you randomly just text me that? I'm already aggravated that you even there. So please stay on task. So I understand why her response was that way. But I think where I jumped off the boat from being on her side was when she started to make it seem like he was doing something he had no business doing because of the text. Trying to make it seem like, well, was it for somebody else? Like, I think that was just a little bit too much. Like, she just took it to a whole nother point. I don't think my mind would have went that far. So it kind of gave, she's, again, insecure for some reason. But also, the way that Amir would speak about his girlfriend on how she would react in certain situations with the girls in the house and how she would chop up all his body parts says a lot. I'm just so ready for her to come into this house, because she may come in shaking shit up with all her insecurities. But that baby will be battling herself, because these girls are not worrying about Amir at all. Also, Amir ass is messy, telling that girl how Nick was in the room with the other girls as they were dancing around and shit. Like, boy, how are you talking about that man because your girlfriend is on top of your ass 24/7? That ain't right, and I don't like it. Because why does he have to leave the party and stop having fun because the girls he is friends with are wild and just don't have any boundaries? It's up to him to draw the line, but he doesn't have to stop having fun with his crew just because of that. And if that's the case, why is he even on the trip? Hell, why you even on the trip? Because this how them girls act 24/7. So why this one night it's a problem because you on the phone with your girlfriend? And I'm saying this as a general response, because I don't think him being around is a problem as long as he is not being touchy-feely as they dance and entertaining certain shit. But I say this as someone that is defending some guys that knows how to respect their girlfriends when they are in certain spaces. But, every guy isn't like that or isn't respectful. Now, as far as Nick go, and the way everyone has been talking about him and his lack of boundaries does make him being in that space a problem. Even though none of the girls want Nick, he may still want them. So he loses his self-control. And also, it's clear as damn day that Nick does not like the girl he is with. They saying it, but we kind of been figured that as the viewership, we've been knew that. Hell, he was hiding the fact that he even had a girlfriend the whole first season until he realized that none of the girls on the trip ain't want him. So that's when he wanted to do like a whole reveal like he's in a relationship. So we know that Nick ain't shit, but I just don't like how Amir was trying to use him as a scapegoat. Like, hey babe, look at me. I'm in the room while Nick is out there watching the girls dance. That was whack as honestly. At the end of the day, two things can be true. Guys in relationships can have fun with their friends that are girls, and Nick ain't shit to his girlfriend. Oh, no, three things can be true, because also Amir is whack for trying to snitch on his friend. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, even though I'm saying all this and my man may be listening, he need to take his ass upstairs too. Just like Amir and calling me. I know. I'm so contradicting, but I try to advocate for everyone. It's the Libra in me, but me, I'm not accepting it. Like, bitch, you got Shaniece downstairs, keep showing her titties. Like, girl, this is not that type of party, and right on top of my like, no, don't play at me. Like, but see, that goes back to Nick having boundaries. Like, there's no boundaries there. Now, before I move on, I want to note that they definitely have to bring in some guys that are single next season, because these boys are in relationships. Well, majority of the boys are in relationships, and they are basically holding the single girls back in a way with, like, trying to mingle with other single guys, because they don't have nobody to mingle with, and they damn sure don't even want them. Even if they was single, they ain't even want them. So, they need to step the game up with some single men. You know what I'm saying? But moving on in the show, we get to a scene with Jordan talking to her dad about a hair branding deal she has in the works. And she starts talking about how she has alopecia, and she dives deep into that and the journey that she's been battling trying to combat it. And this is the type of scenes I love to see from Jordan. When she talks about things like this and just be open and honest about certain situations. I don't like when she gets in her mad raw bag, because sometimes when she is like that, she loses sympathy from us. And granted, she don't need our sympathy, but this type of storyline here, or this type of story, is what gives her some sort of softness and not mean girl, always mad and angriness, So after that, the crew split up. So the messy birds, Preston, Summer, and Jordan, is going to brunch, while the others, all the rest of the house, is going to work out at the gym. So while heading to brunch, they all talked about how Nick is just so handsy with some of them, And I can't lie, I feel some sort of way about this, because if they feel uncomfortable with what he is doing, they should have been said something and nipped it in the bud immediately. Especially if y'all are around him in that house 24/7 and don't want him touching y'all. Maybe he isn't seeing anything wrong with it because he see, y'all as friends. Matter of fact, it isn't a maybe, because later in the show, when Preston brings it to Nick's attention, he is in total shock because he did not know they felt that way about him. So he quickly went running to Summer and Jordan's room to have the conversation. Rightfully so. I don't care if y'all ass is asleep. Wake it on up, because y'all got me out here looking crazy and not even having the conversation with me, but about me. Also, while at brunch, Summer, Preston, and Jordan talked about how they felt like Shaniece was being theatrical about the can't dress comment. But at the end of the day, the girl already told y'all she was going through some hardships. So y'all knew exactly why she was upset and being dramatic. I don't like how they was trying to play in her face. And I'm so happy that Shaniece is an open person, that we were able to get that knowledge, that knowledge about her going through some things, and that she told them, because it definitely changes the whole dynamic and conversation about the situation. Also, Summer talked about how she feels like she can't connect with Shaniece on a deeper level because she doesn't show emotion, saying Shaniece doesn't show emotion. But Summer, girl, everybody do not want to come to you or for their shoulder to cry on. And clearly Shaniece made the right decision, because she opened up and told you she's broke, and you around here saying she can't dress. That's nasty work. Nasty. Then Summer talks about her sex. It's just Summer this, Summer that. Summer is the problem. But then Summer talks about her sex with Alice, and she basically tried to hint at, it was not good. But the way she was yelling, screaming, and begging him to invite her to his events in New York, girl, I thought the damn D was to die for. How she was acting hell. But nope, she was like, oh, he's just like a good kisser or whatever. That's about it. Now, while those conversations are happening with the people at brunch, everyone else at the gym is having a talk too. And Shaniece tells them how it wasn't the fact that Summer saying she can't dress made her feel some type of way. It was the fact that it was actually Summer saying it after she told Summer about her hardships and her problems and her job situation. And at this point, it is clear as day that Summer doesn't see Shaniece as a real friend. And this was the way that Shaniece caught on to it. But hell, maybe Shaniece don't see, Summer as a friend either, because she ended up saying that she been felt like Summer was jealous of her since the Jamaican trip they went on. Because Shaniece told Summer that she gets, the like, she was like, I get the guys, and these guys have status. They ain't the regular 9 to 5 was you used to. But then I said, Shaniece, baby, Shaniece. The real question is, they got status, but the real question is, do they have money though? Because you was just out here crying saying you don't have no coins, sis. And we don't need them to have status if we broke. We need them to have that cha-ching, cha-ching, bling, bling, bling. Especially if you bragging about it. Like, babes, that line did not hit. And I feel so sorry for you. And I feel sorry that you even said that. That was second-hand embarrassment just a little bit. But I still like you, girl. And I forgot to bring this up. So before they all left to head out to brunch into the gym, Summer went into Shaniece's room to ask her, if she can have something to wear. And I think even her doing that was shady. Like, girl, you just said that Shaniece cannot dress. So why are you coming in her room asking her to wear something or to borrow something to wear? It's the audacity for me. But anyways, continuing on with the girl talk at the gym, it gets brought up to Noelle attention that Summer and Alex and she didn't know. All this damn time after that damn inside of comment, Noelle was lost and clueless. Lord bless her heart. I don't know how she missed that little tidbit. But Noelle was genuinely lost, and it makes sense because Noelle explained how Summer basically downplayed her and Alex's situation to just hanging out. And now I feel bad because in my last recap, I felt like Noelle was wrong for even questioning on Alex, knowing that him and her so-called friend Summer was a thing or had a little thing going on. But the whole time, Summer was making it seem like they was just hanging out and it wasn't really nothing. She never cared for him. And the whole time she was out here getting flipped like a pancake. Ain't that something? See, this is why you can't trust like Summer at all. She's the type to play in your face and pretend while talking about you like a dog behind your back and making herself to be, you know, a victim and doing the right thing when really she dead the ass wrong. It's the fact that Summer was really in the truth booth trying to convince us that her telling Noelle she and Alex was just hanging out. It's the same thing as her saying she and Alex was f***ing. Like, bitch, are you dumb? That is not the same thing. Summer is slimy, point blank period. She is going to be the bitch of the season, and I just can't wait to see her downfall. Okay, I'm not going to say downfall because I don't think she's going to have a downfall, but I can't wait to see all this play out because, you know, I love a good villain, don't get me wrong, but bitch, if you're going to be a villain, stand in it. At least Silas stood in him being a villain. Like, he stood in it. Summer, if you're going to be the villain this season, I need you to stand in it, okay? But anyways, enough of my rambling. I want to hear from y'all. So like this video and show your girl some love. Sound off in the comments with your thoughts and let me know how you felt about this episode. Hit the notification bell, and last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the Queendom, baby. Mwah.